Jai Hind and welcome to this channel, the Voice of Nationalist Bengal. Today
Jai
again
Hind.
we have our distinguished the Voice of Nationalist Bengal. We have our distinguished panel of Dr. Madhusudan Pal and Professor Kapil Kumar. Actually, there's been a recent development in which there's a global pan-Islamist organization named Hizb Ut Tahrir. Uh, it has its presence in Bangladesh and India too. It originated 70 years back in Palestine, in the Arab country controlled Palestine, and it's been there actually. It's been smoldering since the last 70 years, and recently they have called for a meet at Mississauga in Canada on the 18th of January. The agenda being the Khilafah and eliminating the obstacles delaying its return. So this organization is committed to the re-establishment of the Khilafah or the Caliphate. So they want to have basically what is a worldwide caliphate of believers. So Professor Kapil Kumar, eminent historian, and Dr. Madhusudan Pal, eminent cardiothoracic surgeon, cum Netaji Researcher, will delve into the global undercurrent behind the aspirations of this group and others of its ilk, and the role played by one of our national icons as a historical proponent of this theme exactly a century ago,
104 years ago.
104 years
Let,
ago. The
let
initials are
now
MKG. The
MKG.
initials
Yes.
are
Let
MKG.
let
So
let
over
me
to
introduce
Professor
that.
Kumar. Over to Professor Kumar.
At the no, I before Professor Kumar, I am giving some facts of history.
Please, sir.
The word pan-Islam, and Khilafat, we are getting 104 years back in the platform of Congress. The pan-Islam, when the Khilafat resolution was passed by Gandhi in Calcutta Congress in 1920, even at the opposition of Jinnah, Siar Das, Annie Besant, and all the followers of Lal Bal Pal. Do you know how it was passed? In 1920, Khilafat load trains came from West India to Calcutta, full of Khilafatists, funded by the Muslim industrialists and capitalists and some Madwaris. They thronged into the platform. They rigged the whole election voting. They got victorious their hero by passing the Khilafat resolution 1920 September Calcutta Congress that made Mohandas MKG the All India figure and subsequently the dictator of the Congress, as termed by Subhash Chandra Bose in his volume Indian Struggle. And the pan-Islam word has been used by the secretary of Chelmsford, Viceroy at that time. Chelmsford secretary is writing, Gandhi is toying with pan-Islam, introducing pan-Islam in Indian Congress and in Indian politics. It is Chelmsford secretary is writing to Chelmsford. I am quoting from a famous volume on Jinnah. The book is Stanley Wolford's Jinnah of Pakistan, the most documented volume on Jinnah ever I have seen. And popularly, this has been told in the world, in India, that Khilafat was supported by Siar Das. No, opposed by Siar Das. All the disciples of Lal Bal Pal, Annie Besant and Jinnah himself, strongly opposed. It was rigged in Calcutta Congress. This is the past. And to cover that ugly plan, he passed the non-cooperation movement. This was a ploy. Non-cooperation movement was not its principal aim. Principal aim was Khilafat resolution, after which you will see in different parts of India, particularly in Kerala, there are thousands of our mothers, our sisters were raped by the Islamists, Khilafatists, and thousands of Hindus were killed by the Khilafatists. This is their Khilafatist movement.
So there was a promise made by MKG that this Khilafah will be restored within 1 year, and it was
Yes.
ridiculous. The Turks,
Ridiculous.
it
And
was
there was
ridiculous.
that was a
The
sacred understanding between one deep state of UK, because at that time in the whole West Europe, West Asia, after breaking the Khilafat empire, the British became unpopular. They want to be
no, the-
popular. A deep state in UK, a gang in UK cooperated with the British to satisfy the Islamic mind in India by creating the dream of Khilafat in India.
the
That is the
Turks were in
cooperation.
no mood to bring back the Khalif.
And
No,
you see today when Manmohan Singh tells on the Indian properties and wealth, is Muslims has got the first right. There is the same mindset. Gandhi, Nehru, Indira, Manmohan, same mindset.
you see, Dada, it's like this,
Yes,
that when Islam spread world over with a sword,
sure.
it was only India that they could not Islaminize full of India, you know.
Yes,
They tried their best, and over almost, say, about 800 years of their efforts could not Islamize whole of India because the resistance remained there. And very strong resistance remained there. It's a different matter that the name of those heroes were removed from the history textbooks who resisted it. Now came the question, you see, when this Wahhabi movement emerged from Saharanpur, and the Barelvis, they are the ideologues for this, modern, all this what is happening world over. And that's again from India. And then after the First World War, when this Khalifa's power was finished, Khalifa was removed, and the Ottoman Empire was broken,
into 20 pieces.
there, there started this Khilafat movement. And interestingly, the people in Turkey didn't support it. But our Indian Muslims very jealously went for it with the support of this man like Gandhi. I don't call him MKG, I call him only, of course, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, you can call him. I don't call him Mahatma Gandhi.
Or Mullah Karamchand Gandhi.
Oh, that some people say that.
Mullah Karamchand.
And then what he did, after that, you see, one by one, till 1947, it's an appeasement policy which he and the Congress followed towards them. Now, what happened? To a large extent, this thing had subsided. But the Americans gave it shape in the last century after the Soviet takeoff of Afghanistan by putting up the Taliban, and with the slogan "Islam is in danger." So they created this Mujahideen and whatever is this. They created this modern fanatic Islam, which again started its spreading its tentacles. Pakistan became an Islamic terror manufacturing factory, where terrorists will be manufactured, financed, trained, and then exported world over to other countries. With this got sided the Palestine thing over there. And since then, you see, world over, a lot of these organizations cropped up, like Al Qaeda, ISIS, Hezbollah, Houthi, Hamas. And like this, there are in every country under different names, this has been happening. For a long time, the Arab world financed these movements, financed these supporters, and as a very, like that they will slowly poison the world. They had their sleeping agents everywhere. People were installed. If I tell you, Dada, more than 2 lakh Pakistanis who came on proper visa to India disappeared in India.
It melted away.
Disappeared in India. So all this was happening everywhere. And now what they started, that when this Al Qaeda and ISIS and all they started, and you remember how the Yazdis were tortured and exploited over there. At that time only I had pointed out that their aim is very different now. Their aim is not just West Asia. And then we find that Al Qaeda comes with a map from West Asia to Indonesia, all green. That map is green. They want to form an Islamic state over there.
Only one gap.
And one gap. And then you see in between, Dada, you see another thing. You see, you will find.
And headline is India is their unfinished agenda.
And you will find another thing, that none of these Arab countries took any refugees from either Libya or Lebanon or Syria or Palestine. In these areas, you see, they all went to Europe. And the Europe welcomed them, in the name of human rights, in the name of multiculturalism and all that.
Different hope. Also different hope is there.
Different
have a
hope.
Cheap labor. With the hope that they will get the cheap labor.
Cheap labor and 24-hour working labor and 27 days working labor. And they didn't realize this thing, that these people will demand Sharia there and gradually they will start these things.
Not only
when
Sharia,
these things
they are pointing out some legal things like the rights of the refugees.
I'm coming out. You recall when this cartoonist was attacked in France. And that newspaper, was a terror attack and all. I thought office. So I thought that maybe the French eyes will be awakened.
Oh, yes, but
they didn't. So now France is facing the music. Germany is facing the music. Sweden is facing the music.
All are facing
England, as I have been saying, has become Englandistan. And if you see the tweets today which are coming out of England, that how the rapists there of young British girls have been left out by the courts, have been left out by this present Prime Minister Stremer, what's his name? He was the chairman or something of that safety committee or something, left out by them.
France, everywhere.
And Canada became a heaven. This particular organization, this Tahrir, what is this, Hizb Ut Tahrir, Hizb Ut Tahrir, this was banned in many countries, but Canada never banned it. And Canada encouraged it. And this is, and again, the same reasons, cheap labor and all these things. And now we see the result that Canada has become Canadistan. And look at their guts, you see. I tell you, Dada, what they are doing in London. They are, in the daytime, they are sitting in those restaurants there, by the roadside, the beautiful, pretty ones which are there. All hijabs and all these dadis you will find there, as if waiting for a message on the WhatsApp to get up when and protest when, They are ready for everything. The way they attacked the Hindus in Birmingham and other places in London, the way they carried out demonstrations against the Indian embassy, West was enjoying that. Oh, it's against India, And added to that is now that one of their funding magnate Soros is now being honored by Biden, the highest American democracy award,
He's been
given to
given
him
a medal.
by Biden. So the thing is very clear. There are some alarmist voices coming from Canada and England, and they pose this question: should these rapists be allowed to stay in England? Shouldn't they be deported? And I ask the question: who will deport them? Your mayor of London, that Sadiq?
He's a Pakistani.
Pakistani.
Instead of deporting, he will recommend knighthood for them. Give them the knighthood, because as per their religion, rape is no crime.
Yes, in Islam,
In
rape is not a
London,
crime.
no,
Islam,
in London,
yes,
one person got through, teenager got through from the court because his argument in the court was that my upbringing and my religion tells me that raping a girl is not a crime.
yes,
It is called
So
Jinnah.
he was let free by the court. Now, with all this happening, some European countries have been very cautious, like Hungary, because Hungary has faced the Turk invasions, you see, way back. And Poland. Russia is cautious of that. And I think some small other countries are there. Sweden is now waking up. Norway is now waking up. I have a friend in Norway who was telling me that in their colonies, whenever anything happens, even the police is afraid to go there and arrest anyone and take any action on that. That has been going on. So, with this kind of a thing, after creating all this atmosphere at the ground level, and after this victory in Bangladesh of these fanatics, with the help of Americans, this victory now has boosted their morale quite a bit, Okay, if they can do this in Bangladesh, they can do this anywhere. So they are adopting, as I said much earlier, that jihad has many forms now. It is not just the sword. It has many forms. Like you have this, you remember that Sri Lankan doctor who was who was operating upon the women so they don't bear children if the women of other religion wasted them.
Yes, a Muslim doctor.
So there is medical jihad, there is educational jihad, there is biological warfare jihad,
language
arms
jihad,
love jihad,
language
jihad, love jihad, cultural jihad, all kinds of jihad is there. And you see, their moral has gone so up, everywhere. Yesterday, I don't know whether you noticed this news, that one of their Maulanas claimed that 55 bighas of land in Prague, in Kumbh Mela, belongs to the Waqf. So I asked that Maulana, where are the documents? So he said, so and so, some fellow rang me up from Allahabad. So I said, Maulana, someone rang me also today and told me that the house you live in is Waqf property vacated. Then they are writing all kind of foolish things about Kumbh also, that in Kumbh people will be, converted, Muslims will be converted. They put that also. And then you see the worst of the things, they were opposing to this ban which has been put, that Muslims will not go in the Kumbh and sell in the Kumbh. They want to raid the Kumbh. And I asked a question, when this Ganpati festival takes place in Maharashtra, and there if any Muslim goes to the Ganpati Pandal, you issue a fatwa against them. But you are very keen to come for the Garbha dances and to come for the Kumbh. Why? What do you want to do there? What is your position there? So this is where an all-out onslaught has been put in. And if you see in America, this latest incident where this driver killed many. He was an American. He was an American-born Muslim.
Yes.
He was not from Pakistan or somewhere and all. Though it's a different matter that anywhere in not converted, born Muslim in Pakistan. Yeah, and you see, anywhere you see in the world, you will find a terror connection to Pakistan. Bin Laden was hiding in Pakistan. America crossed the Pakistani airspace to kill Bin Laden. And despite that, continues to support Pakistan with arms and everything and all that. I was joking the other day. I had closed by that hot mail. In 2004, I had done a hot mail to CIA, and I told them that if you are searching for Bin Laden, please look at the spot where the boundaries of India and Pakistan and this Kashmir, top of Kashmir meet together. You'll find him there, or you will find him somewhere hiding in some ISI officer's house. And it became so true, because when we people do the analysis as social scientists, you see, and historians, we take an overview, a total picture. We are not astrologers, but looking into it totality, what's happening, you see. And that is why I have been saying that what they are going to do in Canada, it will not be in relation to the Christian world only or relation to the Hindu or the Buddhist world. They will also devise methods how to remove these sheikhs from the sheikhdoms. Because what they want is a mullah rule everywhere. That's it. And they are not prepared to change anything. When they take advantage of our constitution, they take advantage of all constitutional liberties, they take advantage of secularism. When it comes to them, they shout secularism and all. And though they have no right to shout secularism, when you are from a Muslim party, Islamic party, and you are talking of Islamic rights, so you have no right for others to tell others that be secular, because you can't be secular. You can't remove kafir from your holy book. You can't remove Ghazwa Hind from your holy book. So what are you talking of? You can't remove, oh my God, there are all kinds of things which they do, and they have been doing. All non-Islamic things they will do. Drinking,
that is permanent in their constitution.
Drinking. They will never object to these Bollywood songs. Allah, Allah. Their singing is allowed. Okay, they will listen to ghazals. All these things. There it is that. But when it comes to something else, and they leave no opportunity to insult and undermine other religions. Not a single aspect. And I'm shocked that in these Western European countries and all, they call it religion of peace. And if anyone speaks against them, they say it is Islamophobia. What nonsense. What nonsense. I will ask that person, this tremor also, British Prime Minister, if your daughter, I hope it doesn't happen, and I don't mean it. But if your daughter is raped like this by 5 of these Pakistani Muslims there, I will see how secular you are, and then who will talk of Islamophobia. It's people who suffer. Ask those parents, ask those mothers, ask those brothers what is happening there and how concerned they are on that. The good thing is, where the hope lies is, that a lot of awakening also is taking place now to counter it. Like, you see, whatever weak aspects India does under its constitutional obligations, it can't take a very strong thing like, killing fanatics and all, or shooting and all that. But whatever steps it takes, it is one credit, I'll say, that India could hold the Islamic onslaught, unlike other countries. If you look at Iran, Afghanistan, or many of these, or Indonesia, and all these, at least India, and now in India, there is a deep awakening which has come up.
Yes.
I hope it strengthens more. I hope it strengthens more to check this menace which threatens not just India, not just Hindus and Sanatans, but the whole world. And I don't know when the Vatican will realize it. You know, Vatican recognized Hamas
Yes.
and has been talking against Israel.
Also allowed a space to be for mosques to be created alongside
Yes.
Vatican.
Yes. So within this, I will see that how long. In 1947 also, when these Pakistani raiders and army attacked Kashmir, in Gilgit and all, the first thing they did was raping the nurses and these
Yes. Yes.
Over the convent. It's a convent.
in the convent, and that breaking the church and raping the women over there. But they don't see. In spite of that, the Britishers will support them. In spite of that, the Britishers will support them. So let them face the music. People have been saying in some Britain patriots, is it okay? Is it okay? I said, well, go and ask Churchill in his grave. Go and ask Attlee in his grave.
I will just
Who created Pakistan? Who created Pakistan? So why you say that Pakistanis should be deported?
I will add only 3 sentences. 3 sentences.
I'll leave it to you, Dada.
Number one, a famous singer, Abhijit Bhattacharya, has told that Gandhi is the founding father of Pakistan. I say
No doubt.
he has strong historical facts behind this talk, behind this statement. Yes, number one. Number two, now Bangladesh is by number 1 producer of jihadis because the population is so excess population. Now number 1 jihadist population production. Number 3, I'll point out a letter of Subhash Chandra in 1940 when he was in jail. From jail, he wrote to the governor of Bengal, British Bengal, that you, the British, is using communalism to destroy us. But one day will come, this will be a boomerang to you.
He made another letter also at that time when he accused the Dhaka, the chief minister there in Dhaka, of communalism, that all those arrested who were Muslims, they were released from the jails, and these people were there in the jails. There's another letter I saw from same jail in 1940 written to the Lieutenant Governor.
Another one sentence only. All the Muslim leaguers who demanded for Pakistan in India in 1946-47, after 47, many of them did not go to Pakistan. They stayed in India. They entered into Congress, some into Communist Party. They are
that That too I referred the other day also, that the slogan which came that ladke liya hai Pakistan, haske lenge Hindustan. And now, lot laughingly, they will not only take India, they can't take India. Let me assure them that they may try their best. But India, they won't be able to touch. But they may try whatever they want, but they won't be able to. They're undermining the Indian armed forces. But yes, laughingly, they will take Britain. Laughingly, they will take Canada. And laughingly, they may take other regions also, like Germany or Sweden or some of these. And I tell you, even the Americans, you see, you will see what will happen to America, because Biden himself, before leaving, is sowing the seeds in such a way that they create more problems for Trump.
Yes.
This simple thing, giving this award to that Soros, is only a vengeance that since Trump and Elon Musk have been opposing Soros, and they are tweeting every day that should Soros and his financial institutions be banned in America, say yes or no. So that is how this crackpot, half insane Buddha at the age of 80 something, whose hands are trembling, and he's trying to be the president of America and create these problems. I use these words for him, Buddha is, because this is what Ambassador Vora uses, for him in terms of insanity. And that's what he's doing in Ukraine and other places and all, whatnot.
He's suffering from dementia.
Yeah. But now the question comes, Dada, this global thing, and you don't forget that last year, or I think last year, there were similar attempts made in America for holding seminars in 3 universities, how to kill Sanatan. You will recall. Such seminars had taken place, which were supported by all anarchists and all these human rights activists and all these so-called liberals and all, to kill Sanatan. Why? Because Sanatan proves to be the biggest threat and biggest danger to them.
Yes.
Islam has realized this, that they can't kill Sanatan. In spite of the liberalism of Sanatan, they failed to kill Sanatan. In spite of that, Sanatan did shrink from Hindu Kush, where the Hindus were. Hindu Kush, I hope your audience knows the meaning of Hindu Kush.
Hindu Kush.
Yes,
Where the Hindus were massacred. Where the Hindus were massacred. From there, we shrank to what is called the present Bharat. We lost so much. For 1,000 years, the Hindus have faced genocides. No one in the world talks of those genocides. But even if 2 of them die in a terrorist attack, that is big world news.
Yes.
Okay. Then you see how BBC has been suppressing all these brutal acts by these so-called migrants and Pakistanis in England. The Britishers are writing themselves. So what is the policy of the British government? What is the policy? Have they accepted? Have they accepted now it is Britanistan or UKistan or Englandistan, whatever they want to call it? And why Sunak? Why Sunak was removed? Why? Because Sunak was putting a check to these things. He was putting British in the real British, whatever these Britishers claim to be their values. He was trying to put those values in Britain. And so out he goes. How dare he can attack Islam? How can in the Prime Minister's house there will be a function of Sanatan, Diwali can be made, or Holi can be made, or Makar Sankranti can be made in the British Prime Minister's house to oust him. But a British mayor's house, everything can happen. Islamic. But in Prime Minister's house, that thing can't happen. And I tell you, these Britishers will pay very heavily for that. Very heavily for that. As you quoted Netaji, because I remember Netaji was the first person when the Second World War started. He had said that whatever may be the result of the war, whosoever may win, but the British Empire will collapse.
Yes.
And that's what happened. And I am so shocked. Sometimes I wonder how this small island could rule the whole world if they're so stupid. That don't they see the writing on the wall? What is happening to their country? What is happening to their children? What is happening to their women? Don't they see the writing on the wall? What makes them so silent? What is the international interest of their being affected? By not being vocal against it? By not stopping it? Where is that MI5? Where is that MI6? Where is the Scotland Yard? All infiltrated by Islamists. So none of these institutions can act there.
I'll give you just three sentences. Three sentences. Whole Muslim world is afraid that if Sanatan is not killed, is not destroyed, the fact will be revealed to the world that it is the Sanatan which is older than 5,000 years and the foundation of the humanity. And the Christian world knows before Christianity it was Sanatan which was ruling the whole, which was in the whole world. It was Sanatan. They want to conceal that. They want to tell that the Christianity has not come from Sanatan. Islam has not come from Sanatan. They are de novo. They do not like to give credit to the oldest cultural civilization of the world.
Dada, I don't want their credit. We stand on our own feet.
We have to stand. We have to fight.
We are emerging as a strong power, economic, in the field of defense,
and one word,
in the field of IT, in the field of IT, medicine.
Whole
So
Islamic
when
world, Islamic and whole Christian world, whole West is afraid of a word, Hindu, Sanatan, very afraid. They are very afraid of this word, Hindu, Hindu, this 5-letter word, very afraid.
you're absolutely right.
I am quoting from Mahakal.
No, you are absolutely right. And this goes down to different parts of the world. This goes in different parts of the world. And the simple reason is that when their dogmas, when their own philosophy or whatever value and whatever systems they have, they can't compete with Sanatan things. So they are not only envious, but they are out to destroy. And this is a repetition of what the Britishers tried in 1830s, if you'll recall. In 1830s, the Bishop wrote to Rome at that time, because Pope was in Rome at that time in 1830s. Then in 50 years, we'll make whole of India Christian. And they could not. You see, as I said, about 800 years of Muslim invasions and all could not kill Sanatan. And almost 170 years of British rule.
Could not.
In spite of their all support to the missionaries, conversions, everything, they could not destroy Sanatan.
Rather, only one point. Rather, after the British physically went, during Nehru and Indira, some of the areas of India is converted to 90% Christianity. Not during British Raj, but during Congress Raj.
But the interesting part is,
yes.
But the interesting part is that is why Manipur is burning today.
Yes.
Because northeastern states, northeastern Christians voted for BJP since 2014. And this brought chilies to the Congress, to Sonia Gandhi.
Yes.
How come this could happen? How come this could happen? And these factors are affecting So many things. So many things. Have you seen that Halala Arms news item?
Halala. Not only that, in West Bengal, there
No,
are
no, no,
many
no,
shops
no.
where halal foods are
No,
there.
no, no, no. No, no, not food, Dada.
What?
Halala arms and ammunition.
Halala?
Arms and
Arms
ammunition.
and ammunition.
What's
Oh,
that? So,
This has been coined by Turkey.
Turkey.
That
arms ammunition.
you buy arms and ammunition made only in a Muslim country. So this is how Turkey has found a market for its
For its
drones and
drones.
its other weapons among the Muslim countries.
Oh, oh. Halal weapons.
So they have
Okay.
so they have now halala weapons.
Okay, okay. Good.
This is what they have started, you know.
I hope that will be Chinese quality.
It is.
No, not
Chinese.
necessarily. Turkey is slightly better than Chinese in these matters, you see.
Okay.
Chinese
And
mal,
Turkey,
sir.
you see, Dada, I tell you, when this Ukraine crisis started,
Yeah, they were
at that
selling all their
time,
drones.
very third day in that debate over TV9, now Bharat, I was the only civilian there in that debate. All were army generals and Air Force officers, senior and all. I said, you people are missing one point in this war. And that is, you are not looking at what Turkey is doing, and you are not looking at why Al Qaeda and ISI are totally silent on this war. And within 6-8 months, you'll find them the way they will emerge and act at the scenario in West Asia and Europe. And precisely that thing happened. Precisely that thing happened. I think it's time for the world to learn from Israel and also learn from China
Yes.
how to deal with these fanatics.
Islam. How to deal with Islam.
I am not an admirer of China,
Yes, definitely.
but I admire China on this
How they have
that they
tackled
can
it.
they can foresee the danger easily, and before it could interact, they have tackled it out. And the way they are supporting this Arakan um,
Buddhist.
cookie
Taliban
Buddhist army, or a cookie Buddhist army also, because they foresee this aspect. Okay, this can, and if you recall B.R. Ambedkar's book on Pakistan,
Yes.
where he said that the Islamist can never be a nationalist in India.
Anywhere in the
The
world,
kind of
actually.
that's what I'm going to say. That the kind of teachings they make through their book. So Ambedkar said it about India only,
Yes.
but it is equally, as Shankar is saying, equally applicable world over, world over. That these people go as refugees, migrants, beg for bread there, beg for facilities, and when they get everything there, now they want the Sharia there and their laws. And if you talk, I've seen the interviews coming of many of these Islamic girls from Pakistan in England. We hate England. Why the hell are you there then in England? Why are you taking refuge there? Why are you taking the money there? Why are you taking the facilities there if you hate England?
One thing. Indian Sikumaku Kongus, they refer to Ambedkar. But I challenge them to quote the statements of Ambedkar on Islam.
They
I
won't.
challenge them. They won't.
They
Never.
won't.
Never.
They won't. They won't.
Never.
They would never do. And that is why they pick up Ambedkar selectively, you know.
Only.
They don't look at it, Ambedkar in totality over that. Over that. And that is why I still have a feeling that the world should, with a wide eyes, look at what these Islamist terrorism is doing world over, and then decide these countries what to do. Canada, of course, is a gone case. It's Canadistan under this Trudeau terrorist. And I was happy to say when I think Trump wants that Canada to be one of the states of America, provinces of, United States, one of the states of America. It will be good if America takes over Canada.
Already he has
Fine.
demanded Greenland. Greenland he has demanded.
That's what I'm saying. It's nice. It's nice. See, even countries like Finland and all, which are the most peaceful countries, Ireland. What are they doing in Ireland? Disturbing the peace all over, tranquility all over, disturbing the society world over. That is the biggest menace to the world. Much more bigger menace than the atom bombs.
One statement. In India, the Shikumaku Kongus tell that Gandhi never wanted partition in Pakistan. But Netaji Subhash Chandra, in his radio speech at the end of the 1944, broadcasted Gandhi has agreed to Pakistan in his discussion with Jinnah. It is
you see, against Wavell plan in 45, Netaji was constantly warning that this Wavell plan and all, if you agree to it, they will partition you.
Yes.
You're saying that. So many complexities, and I hope that a close eye would be kept on these organizers of this conference in Canada. A close eye will be kept by our intelligence agencies also. A close eye be kept on them regarding their further program and all these things.
Before ending, my two questions to you. One, the Pakistanists, where they went from the soil of this country. Number two question is, will the new America after 20th January will lead the Western world about their role regarding Islam?
Dada, I'll answer your second question. That definitely, like I said, that an awakening is taking place in India now, though very late, but never late. At least we are awakened now. That kind of awakening is taking place in Europe and America, both the places. And I expect, at least because I've been very closely watching the tweets of Elon Musk. And he's going to play a major role in America with Trump. So I have a feeling that they will try to consolidate these anti-Islamic forces together and take a firm line. And you never know of Trump. If something comes in Trump's mind, he will act on it. Even if he has to deport all, he will act on it. He won't mind that. So that is there. One thing. That is what I am expecting. And if Trump starts that campaign, I think he will get a tremendous support in Europe also. He will get support in Europe also. So let us see, wait and see how soon and how fast this comes to see that.
And
your first question.
Repeating, the Islamists, pro-Pakistani Islamists of 1946-47, where they went from this truncated India?
Well, they're from India, from Pakistan and all. They have distributed all over the world. As I said, that Pakistan is the best exporter of fanatics and terrorists.
Now, who was campaigning for Pakistan inside India?
Number one is donkeys.
Muslim League.
Number two is terrorists.
Disappeared from majority of this truncated India. Only in Kerala, Muslim League. But rest of UP, Bengal, where they went?
No. They are very much in India.
Where?
Very much under different names.
In Congress,
different organizations, different organizations.
Yes.
Like this Ovasi organization, you see, it comes out of Razakars. Ovasi's father was a Razakar in Hyderabad.
He was a Razakar.
And you remember, none of these Razakars were tried for murder of Hindus, what they had been doing before the integration of Hyderabad into India.
Yes.
They were all let free.
Even
The
Qasim
armies
Rizvi
used to
was
make, they were
even
all
Qasim
let
Rizvi.
free.
Yeah.
I'm saying they were all left free. Big Nehru, you had the great Nehru, secular, you know, the dawn of secularism in India.
Sir, please, secular. Secular. Not secular,
Secular.
secular.
The
Or
dawn
secular.
of seculars, the dawn of seculars, a Hindu accidentally by birth, the last British to rule over India. It is his creations. POK is his creations.
His
The
biological
viral
father
is
and
there.
his biological father and biological mother, none
So,
is Hindu.
so
His biological
shall,
father, mother, none is Hindu.
shall we come
I
back to
am
this
waiting.
Hizbul thing?
Okay.
Dr.
One or
Shankar,
two
what is the
words about
question?
this. One or two words about this Hizb Ut Tahrir. This particular group which Professor Kumar singled out. Actually, this is a very different. Group as far as its modus operandi is concerned. Unlike Al Qaeda and Taliban and JMB and what have you, all these groups are very militant. This actually, they are. Very sophisticated in their modus operandi. So they have fought elections. They have formed political parties in different countries. What they do is to convert new members in different countries, and then they establish a network of secret cells, and finally they try to infiltrate the government to legalize the party and its aims. The aim is to convert entire, entire Hizbul, Darul Harab into Darul Islam. It's black and
Like
white.
your
So
city noxals. There is a term city noxal, noxal in the city. What
urban
is the term?
Naxals. Urban
Urban
Naxals.
noxal.
Oh, Dada, don't say that. It's the greatest religion of peace. It's the greatest religion of peace. I and
And
you are Islamophobic. We are Islamophobic. I want these Western countries to face more of them and realize what is multiculturalism and what is Islamophobia. Let them realize what is happening.
for
And the
your
day,
information,
and by the day, they will come out of that sleep. It will be too late of them. They should be. Someone asked a question. In some British schools and German schools, they are teaching their children how to offer a namaz and how to do these things to Christian students. So someone asked, should this continue? I said, why not? This is making. These are the rehearsals for your children to live under the Islamic rule when it comes to your country. So they will be well
Germanistan.
prepared. Yeah.
Germanistan.
Germistan, not Germanistan, Germ, Germistan, Germistan. So that's a good rehearsal for them to learn how to live under the mullahs then. So let there be a mullah preaching in your colonies also, all these things, how to live by that. These Britishers who used to make fun of India that a cow comes on the road and blocks the traffic, huh? Won't utter a word on the namaz being offered in the roads and roads being blocked in England. They won't utter a word on that.
One last sentence. May I give one last sentence before conclusion?
Sure.
The whole West Asia and Western world is after of one term, that is Hindu, for fundamental fact that science and technology from India went to the West Asia. From West Asia, it was Europe educated. the West Asia, the Western world do not like to recognize that their science and technology went from West Asia, and West Asia do not like to recognize that their science and technology went from the India. They want to disown this.
Dada, I'll add a line to this. I'll add a line to that. That of our ancient past sciences and medicine and all that, they thought they had been successful in describing them as myths. Okay? And denouncing and making fun of us. But suddenly they see in the last 10 years that when India has emerged, is emerging stronger in every sector, they thought IT is their monopoly. India excels in IT now. They thought modern medicine is their monopoly. India excels in that. Space, the way ISRO is going, leaving behind these countries in the space. So they are afraid now once again. So that is why that hatred and that denouncing of Hindus and all this has come up again among these. And they think that by aligning with the Islamists, they will be able to attack Hinduism, which is their folly. Let them try it. And they must also learn one thing now, that Hindus had a Sudarshan Chakra also. Each and every goddess of Hindus has an arm also. There's a Trishul also, and there are sword also. And if we worship them, we can use them also. They should realize it. Of course, in self-defense. I'm not saying we go and attack them, but anyone who dares to look towards us, as I said it in one of my earlier things, that today Hindus in India are not going to give their other cheek if slapped on one cheek. Today, we are not going to wait that if someone hits us, then only we will hit back. Today, we have moved in a direction that if a hand is being lifted up towards us, that hand will be cut before it is lifted towards us. Let the Western world understand that, and let these Islamic fanatics understand this aspect of India. This is the new India under Modi.
Shastra and
if Modi is sitting silent or something at the moment, they should let them be in a fool's paradise. That when the action comes, we'll see where they are.
Dr. Shankar, should we stop today?
I think so.
What will the next subject on which day?
Jain.
Jahin.
We'll
What's the next subject on which day? After a few days.
We'll decide. So,
We'll decide.
Let me come back from Delhi, sir.
Dada, what happened to this? What happened to this Bangladesh thing? That meeting which was to take place by the students. What happened to that?
Nothing. It didn't take place.
They are waiting for the 15th of January. 15th of January.
20th of January, sir.
And then 20th.
Yeah.
What's there on 20th?
20th, Washington.
Oh, acha.
And 15th, they have given ultimatum to Yunus to do something within 15th. That is cancellation of constitution, all these things. And
Tulsi Gabbard, the ISKCON devotee, takes over as intelligence chief. She's a
Yunus will run away. Yunus will run away, I tell you. And he has no place to go. He will also come crying to India only for shelter. Let me tell you that.
Dr. Shankar,
he will be kicked in his ass.
Will you stop the live? Stop the live,
yes, sir.
Then we will talk within ourselves.
Okay. I thought the live